Greetings, Gemini and Gemini rising. This is your Western forecast for April 2024. Many of you could possibly going down a whole new exciting path. What is going on? There's three major planetary events. There's going to be a new moon solar eclipse in Aries, falling in your 11th house. One of the things, the 11th house, that's going to be highlighted is your future goals and dreams and aspirations. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. Mercury goes retrograde 3 times approximately a year, and on April the 1st through April the 25th, Mercury is retrograding, revising, rethinking, but it's in Aries in your 11th house. The 11th house also deals with friendships, group activities, but also your aspirations and your long-range goals. And the Mercury in retrograde could mean that you are rethinking your plans and goals, or changing your mind, and then having to go back and forth and really think about maybe goals that you've had for a long time. You're shifting into a new direction for some of you. Because that's also Jupiter and Uranus are aligning in Taurus, the sign prior to Gemini. This happens every 13 to 14 years. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, prosperity, optimism, luck. We look to Jupiter for traveling, for publishing, for education. It's aligning with Uranus on April the 20th. At 21 degrees of Taurus. Uranus is this revolutionary, innovative, progressive, technologically savvy energies. So when Jupiter aligns with Uranus, that could be unexpected windfalls of luck, of monies, of opportunities out of the blue. But it's in Taurus. And Taurus is in the shadow sector for Gemini. So there's a lot to unpack here to give you some insights of how you could go into a whole new chapter of your life. But before I break all this down, if you enjoy these kinds of videos and would like to see more of them, click like and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can receive the latest postings. And if you go into the description box underneath the video, you'll find a link to sign up for my free daily horoscope, or to my website, a link to my website where you can book an astrology reading or check out my 2-question offer. Now, the solar eclipse which is a new moon. It's like a new moon on steroids. We have eclipses, solar eclipses, twice a year. The fact that it's a new moon is every month we have a new moon, and that's where our priorities are being directed. And on that day to that next week of the new moon is when we are really setting our intentions and our focus and priorities to wherever that new moon is highlighting. But this new moon is a solar eclipse, and a new moon can impact you for a couple of weeks, certainly to the next month. A solar eclipse, a new moon solar eclipse, if it's impacting a planet in your chart, it could be impacting you for at least 6 months, up to a year, sometimes longer. And that whole powerful new beginnings of a new moon solar eclipse is in your 11th. And really focus on your groups and friends and social circle, that's the 11th, but also your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, your long-term goals. And this is why I think there could be some major new opportunities to move into a new direction with your future. And then the Mercury, your ruling planet, retrograde from April the 1st till April the 25th, that you could be second guessing, revising, rethinking, uncertain. April the 25th, the Mercury starts to go direct. The mind's still sluggish, everything is still slow, you don't have all the confidence yet, but it's starting to bring more clarity. And that Mercury remains going direct in your 11th house to May the 15th. So all these decisions and plannings with maybe socially with friends and networking, but we're looking for a lot of you is now you're rethinking major new goals in life. That solar eclipse is bringing these opportunities to really set your attention for your future goals. So the Jupiter-Uranus in Taurus. The 12th house, because Taurus is in the 12th house or the sign prior to Gemini, it is things behind the scenes. The 12th house can represent what's hidden, the unconscious. It can bring in these unexpected opportunities for spiritual growth. The Jupiter is the spiritual and the growth, and the Uranus is the unexpected. The 12th house being the sector of the unconscious. Pay attention to your dreams. That's the 12th house. This is an excellent time for meditation or even attending a spiritual wellness retreat, because some incredible insights wants to come from your unconscious to your conscious. On a more mundane, everyday level, these unexpected, exciting opportunities from the 12th house could be with nonprofit organizations, charity, philanthropy. The 12th house also deals with hospitals, healing, and keeping that in mind, after the new moon solar eclipse, 2 weeks later is a full moon, just a regular old full moon. But the full moon brings a lot of matters that the new moon was starting to, get your attention drawn to that solar eclipse in the 11th of new goals and aspirations. Now the full moon on the 23rd, but you'll be feeling it 23rd, 24th, 25th, can bring to light 6th house matters. The 6th house deals with two basic areas. Your work, your day-to-day work routine, focus on your job skills, employees, coworkers. That's the 6th house. The 6th house is also the house of service. Could be really focused on volunteering, which would go along with all that Jupiter-Uranus in the 12th, of all this spiritual growth. But the 6th house could also be dealing with healthcare and body maintenance. And so it could even be that you are starting to be more awakened to spiritual healing, but perhaps more alternative healing, getting more involved in holistic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine. What was the other one? Anyhow, there could be a real focus on helping others or taking care of your own health. Now, this is part of the forecast where I like to examine how all those energies are impacting your body, your relationships, your business. When it comes to the body, that 12th house is, the 12th house often represents sleeping, because it's the house of the shadow and the darkness. And there's so much energy there. And the sun is going into the 12th house on April the 19th through May the 19th. So you might be feeling more tired from all this mental work that's going on. But Mars is the warrior planet, the athletic planet. Mars is that planet of physical activity. And it's aligned with heavy restricted Saturn and also nebulous, confusing Neptune. But that Mars, Saturn, Neptune is in Pisces, which forms a stressful angle to Gemini. So you could just be staying up late at night, being really exhausted, very tired from all this, really like we might even not be able to sleep because of all these opportunities that you've got to ponder and think about. Venus is the planet of relationships. Venus is in Aries once a year, April the 4th till April the 29th. Venus is that the desire for pleasure, for enjoyment, for relationships. It's a very friendly planet. And that Venus is in the 11th. The 11th, when we're talking about more personal social, it's friendships, it's networking, it's, attending parties, creating parties with groups of your friends. It's a very social time with Venus in Aries in the 11th. But your solar eclipse is in the 11th, holding that energy for at least 6 months, maybe up to a year. So I've been talking a lot about your long-range goals and dreams, but the 11th house can really can bring in, expand your social circle and do a lot of social networking. And it could really make new friendships. In business, all that Aries energy, Venus in Aries, solar eclipse in Aries in your 11th, opportunities for the future are showing up, which could be why Mercury in retrograde the first 25 days could be you're rethinking your future. Mercury has a lot to do with your expectations, and that 11th house are your long-range goals. But with all this opportunity to rethink and change the direction of your life, the Jupiter-Uranus in the 12th could also be that this really great opportunity could come in, but you have to develop it and build it. One of the things the 12th house can represent is research and studying. Jupiter is the planet of education, higher education. And then with the Uranus, could be out of the blue, you have an opportunity, or you just get all this insight that you want to go back to school, get more professional training, so you can really support this new long-term goals and aspirations. Maybe you need the degree, or maybe you are doing a big research program, and but you have to do all the work behind the scenes. That Jupiter-Uranus in the 12th, great for studying, researching, sudden insights and revelations about how to advance your future. But the Mars, Saturn, Neptune, as I already brought up, is in tension with your Gemini sun. So that can be tiring and exhausting. That's on the negative side. On the positive side, the Mars-Saturn is in 10 signs past Gemini. The 10th is career, your public image, leadership, visibility. And the Mars is all that, and it's every 2 years, Mars is in Pisces. It's in Pisces all of all of April, going into a bit into May. So there's this drive, this ambition to initiate new projects, to really push the career. But with the Saturn, some of you might be feeling like this is really hard, you're hitting a wall, it's really slowing things down. But there's so many great opportunities to advance into the future, that the Saturn can be really favorable for focusing and controlling all that ambitious drive in the 10th house of career matters. So you've got the stamina, the perseverance, the motivation to slowly push through to achieve your immediate professional goals, with a solar eclipse also looking for the bigger long-term future. So in summary, there is some nice Venus social and friendships, networking, but for the most part, there's a major opportunity to see your vision, your dreams, your possibilities be looking possible. But then you have to do all the work you got the opportunity, but now you have to do the work. And one example could be, you got a scholarship. You can go to university, but you got to go for 4 years and do all the work and pass all the tests to get the degree. You could come up with this through the help of us friends and associates to go into business in a big startup company or a whole new business. But you got to build it and you got to do the work. So Gemini rising, this is a turning point to really advance your destiny. I want to thank you for watching. If you like information on how to book an astrology reading or sign up for my 2-question offer, visit my website at gardino.co. That's .co. Until next month, be safe and well.